Hello Scorpio, and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. We have the Four of Feathers, Sanctuary and Rest has come out. It's kind of interesting because I was just getting this sense for you as the sun is rising here on a beautifully foggy morning, and the sun is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and the fog is starting to lift. I'm seeing layers of it quite literally lifting off the ground. When I was tuning into your guide, I get this sense of just going straight to the source and seeing the truth, knowing the truth. So it's a sense that you've either found out the truth, you've seen the truth, or you just sense it in a way. And so this is the fog around a situation, a person, or just how you're feeling in your life that is lifting. The sun is starting to shine, which is really great. And it's kind of this moment of pause and reflection that comes through that allows you to process and understand what happened and where to now. And so this sense of truth that's come out can apply to all sorts of different aspects of your life. But we have this beautiful sleeping bear, the bear in the slumber, something that is sleeping, maybe about to be awoken. So it's kind of very interesting here. We've got sanctuary and rest for the moment. It's that moment of taking some time out and making sure you're getting good sleep. Some very important messages might come to you through your dreams. You might have significant dreams, and yes, they might not make sense at first, but it eventually, it will. And this is also this sense of laying something to rest. So this place of sanctuary seems to be really important. Laying your anger to rest in a way, or finding a place, either a physical place or a place within you that you can let some big energies, some big feelings rest for the moment while you are processing. So interesting. At this processing time, this sense of slumber is really, really important. So let's see what's shifting and changing for you. So this is your monthly reading for February, moving from Aquarius season into your fellow water sign Pisces season. So let's see what is coming through for you, Scorpio. What's shifting and changing? Pentacle 8, Mercury, Virgo. So this is work, quite literally. This is rest. This is work. So what's shifting and changing is the work. Potentially what you're working on, work rhythms, daily routines, things that you're working on. It could be to do with your work, but it's kind of saying whatever it is that you have spent a lot of time working on, something needs to be laid to rest here as well. But this could also just be the sense of having a very good work-life balance. You know, you're working, but you need to get your sleep. But I really feel like, interesting, when I'm looking at this, it's like you're working on something even while you're sleeping here. Your subconscious is doing a lot of work here. So it may feel like you've been asked to rest here and get some good sleep. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes in the background for you, whether it's emotionally, subconsciously, spiritually. There's something here that's working on a non-conscious level or an intuitive level. So the way you're working perhaps is what's shifting and changing when the Pentacle 8 Mercury Virgo. I feel like it's kind of like do something different in your process when it comes around work or whatever it is that you're working on. You're spending a lot of time and energy in your life. So interesting. Mercury, Virgo. And Mercury is all about communication. So it could be that you're getting some very strong messages around your health as well with this. It's time to look after your health. It's time to rest. It's time to just some basic things, get good sleep. But I do feel like it's all about the processes. Some processes in your life are potentially changing. We've got the High Priestess. Okay. Crossed by the Page of Pentacles, this is trust your intuition. You're in this kind of liminal space with the High Priestess. And so the opportunities are not there. The time is not to they are there, but it's not time to move forward with it yet. It's still kind of forming. So that's something universe wants you to be in this intuitive space with the High Priestess. So Scorpio, this reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because they give you the fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading, Scorpio. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that will be in the description box below. So I'm just getting, in that extended reading, we're going to delve deeper and go further into the future. So I just had to get the right frequency into the cards then, Scorpio, as we shuffling away. So there's definitely something there's something that you've been struggling with here that you're processing. And yeah, it is you're going to be happy with it. You're happy. The 10 of Cups, that's the thing. You're happy. There's a shift in the direction with something, which is actually really good. And yeah, something's definitely over, end of a chapter, a closing of the chapter. And yeah, the new dawn is coming. Wow. Okay, this is when you step into action. So again, the Four of Swords. So the Four of Feathers is the Four of Swords. This beautiful, you've got it twice now. This is a really important energy. It's got to do with what's going on inside your mind, the information that you've processed, the information that you've heard, the information that you've taken on, the stories that you've taken on with this Four of Swords, laying the three swords of the wound to rest and just allowing some space inside your mind to process, quite literally. So this Four of Swords also means rest, rest and recovery. So that feels like a really important energy. And the thing with the High Priestess is, yeah, I mean, it is a very highly intuitive energy. All Scorpios usually pretty good at working with your intuition here with the High Priestess. But she lies between, between earth and heaven and earth, the High Priestess. It's kind of this in-between stage or state. So this is kind of where I'm feeling you are, where you're not, when you're in this sort of rest state or processing state, you're conscious, but there's things subconsciously going on as well and getting intuitive messages. So there's a lot of aspects of you that are processing this. And so it just feels like it's a really, really important energy. But yeah, trust your intuition. Your intuition is there right in front of you, and so it's about really trusting that and wanting to communicate to you and speak to you. So here's your little opportunity here with the Page of Pentacles. This is a good one. This is something that you're potentially working on in this liminal space, but it's not time yet. It's not time for it to really come up and out into the earth yet, because there's some things that need to finish and end. There's some chapters that you need to close. So this in itself, this process in itself might be a struggle. In your conscious mind, you've got the Five of Wands. This is acknowledging that something's been a test or a battle or a struggle in your life in some sort. Perhaps you're becoming consciously aware of it, or you're just thinking about it a lot. Sometimes the Five of Wands can mean that it feels like a test, that you're testing yourself, or you felt like you've been tested in some way. Perhaps it's like getting competitive, getting ambitious. These things can come through with it as well. But I feel ultimately it's like you felt like you've been in the heat of battle and it's time to rest from that. They've felt like there's a struggle here and it's time to lay that to rest in some way, shape or form. So we have at the base the Four of Pentacles, and this is foundational energy. Fours are about your foundation. So this is what's happening deep down inside of you, and it's building very, very strong foundations for where you want to be on the material realm. So where you want to be with your money, you're building that up. Is this related to savings perhaps, or where your money is so it can grow? Is enough money coming in so it can grow? So it could be building that. It could be building foundations when it comes to your health. It could be building foundations in terms of your living situation, where you're living. So I think it's kind of looking at some foundational stuff here in your life. But interestingly, the Four of Pentacles can also be a comfort zone. It's like, what are you holding on to for fear of letting go? I mean, you've got 3 fours here. Four of Feathers, which is the Four of Swords twice, and the Four of Pentacles. So yes, it is foundational foundational energy, which is why I think you understand this, and that's why it's like I'm giving it some some space, some levity, some, what's the word? You're realizing it's something of importance. So I'm trying to find that. But also understanding, because I can see the Strength card, that where you're going to next is going to require some courage. So we'll look at that in a second. We're just going to look at the past, which is the Seven of Wands. I really feel like with this battle or situation that has been a struggle, you've kind of had to put the barrier up around it. You've had to defend your space, quite literally, or put a wall up, be defensive in some way, shape or form. So it's like, I don't want your energy in my space, or I don't want that to be carried around. It's like I'm just putting up this barrier. You've put up a little bit of a barrier here against this sense of feeling like, there's the battle here. So this could be more than one person as well. It could be a group energy. So it just feels like you're up against something. But yeah, you've been strong through it. Absolutely. With the Seven of Wands, you've been able to defend yourself and ward off all these kind of energies that almost could feel like an attack. But it's just kind of like, I don't want your energy around me, or I'm going into a difficult situation, so I'm putting on my armor kind of thing. So it really feels like that's been an important energy to shield your energy in some way. So because in the near future, yes, with all this processing and all these messages, you're getting a sense with the Strength card, yes, you are really strong, you're resilient, you've been through some things, some battles, quite literally, and you've come out stronger. And it's almost like, but there's something bigger at play happening here. There's this bigger, that's why there's this sense of sanctuary rest, this thing of slumber, and allowing yourself to be in this kind of almost alpha state where you're very receptive to your intuition, because there's something bigger calling you here. It's kind of guiding you to the next step, the next place. And so this is where you're gathering your courage, quite literally, to do something quite significant, I would say, perhaps something big in your life. So you're presenting as the Ten of Cups. So that's the thing, is I think that you're kind of happy with the process, or you're happy with where you're sort of feeling this, how intuitive messages you're getting, or how you're processing it, and that it's kind of got this sense of slowly being able to move beyond. And there could have been, with this energy, this metaphor of the fog, not seeing something clearly, or the fog is lifting, but it's also the sense of there could have been some kind of disillusionment or lies and deceit around as well. So whatever this is, it's a sense of really truly understanding this on a very deep, almost visceral and even physical level coming through. But the Ten of Cups is very much about, you're happy. You're happy with the way this is moving. So I feel like it's moving in a positive direction for you, which is really great. So energy surrounding you, the Eight of Wands. This is a shift of direction. A very strong focus comes in. So the universe does want you to focus on this, on processing and allowing this energy to kind of pass and rest in its way, and allow it to rest and move on from it. So, this is very focused energy. This can be news coming in as well, direct communication. Whatever it is, it's like you're getting the message. You're getting the message here, Scorpio, whether it's like from news, from somebody that's talking to you, whether it's from your intuition. It's like, boom, it's coming in. And so this is where I've got that sense of the truth. And it feels like the truth. That's the thing. It's going to feel like it's true to you. Yeah, interesting. We have, as the hopes and fears, the Two of Swords. This is where the blindfold's on. You're still in the fog. There's uncertainty, hesitancy, not sure of the path ahead, where to go, because there's a fog. Where's the right direction? What's the right decision to make here? But, I think that absolutely, speaking of a negative energy lifting, we have the Ten of Swords. Look at this card, quite literally, the Ten of Swords. The darkness is lifting and there is a new dawn. So this is a period of recovery and transformation, the end. You're closing the chapter. You're saying no more. Okay. especially inside your mind. It's like a very conscious thought, I would say, of just consciously finding closure. And this can be no more, no, it's ended kind of thing. So it can come with a sense of, there may have been a sense of betrayal that came with it. I mean, at the end of the day, this character has got 10 swords stabbed into its back. So it's a process of recovering from that. But the swords represent what was going on inside your mind, even the information that you were learning and hearing at this moment in time. And that's why it's really important with the Four of Swords to process it. But through this ending that comes in, which feels really right, it's a sense of, I know this to be true and right for me. So again, this sense of sitting with the truth, and this might be your truth. It might be hearing the truth externally, but either way, this truth is really, really important. So when the new dawn comes in, we're seeing it with the Three of Wands. This is the young emperor getting ambitious, but it's a sense of waiting for some positive results to come through. There's going to be like an ending and a waiting after that, waiting to see. Let's see how this goes. But there's going to be a moment with this Knight of Swords where you just know it's time to strike. It's time to take action. It's time to just charge into the battle here. So it may be that you're taking something on. Absolutely. It may be that you're ready to finally take on something. But yeah, the Knight of Swords, it's fast moving energy. So there is a period of recovery, rest and recovery. There's a period of waiting with the Three of Wands. We can see this is the young emperor waiting for his ships to come in, waiting for something, a result to come through. And then it's like time to strike with the Knight of Swords. Determination, discipline, there's potentially something coming in that it's like, boom, here I go. So yeah, I feel like it's a really interesting process that's coming on here, Scorpio, in terms of what's going on inside your mind. And so I feel like definitely there's a no or an ending that you're precipitating here, and then you're going to potentially get the positive results from that, and you'll get this moment of knowing when it's the right time to be able to move forward. So let's get an affirmation card for you and see what is coming in. We have, my home is a peaceful haven. Again, sanctuary and rest. So having that space at home, doing some things, nice things around the home to make it feel like it's a sanctuary, or sorting out any kind of housing issues or energies around the home could be really important. And then we have, I bless my home with love. I put love in every corner, and my home lovingly responds with warmth and comfort. I am at peace. So, wow. Okay, so let's pull a charm for you, Scorpio. Let's get a charm for February for Scorpio. Let's see what is coming in. We've got the navigation wheel. Yes, there could be tricky waters that you are navigating through, but nonetheless, you are the captain of the ship. You've got your hands on the wheel. You are steering something in the right direction. So it's a sense of feeling in control, which is actually really going to be important with this, because I feel like there's almost an energy of enough is enough here. And so that's kind of what I feel like here. You're the master of the ship. You're the one that's heading something in a very, very strong direction. And with the Pentacle 8 right at the very top, it could be related to an issue at work, or related to something that in your life that you just are working on at this moment in time. So that can be anything. But you'll probably know what this is. But it's kind of like the process you're going about it is different to maybe the way you usually might take it on. So it is requiring a little bit of a navigation wheel. I mean, that Pentacle 8 even reminds me a little bit of the navigation wheel in a way, right up the top. But yeah, you are steering the ship. So if there is this sense of whatever it is that you've been struggling with or battling with here, there's a very courageous decision to be able to end something or say no to something. This can be a very deeply held belief system as well that you've been carrying around for a time. And then it's like you're freeing your mind from something or someone that's taken up a lot of space. Like you've been thinking about it or you can't, it just, you wake up and it's there and it's like, oh, I'm thinking about this again. But this Knight of Swords is kind of like moving forward, and I don't want that in my brain anymore. I don't want that in my mind. So this is a real sense of culling, but positive results that are coming through with that, that are going to make you happy with the 10 of Cups. So that's your reading, Scorpio. We're going to take it over to the extended reading now and see what is what's happening after this very decisive action, I would say, or choice or decision that comes in here with the Knight of Swords. That's something that's going on inside of your mind that could come in really quickly. This could be very fast news that comes in or information that you hear, but it spurs you into action. So it feels like there's this kind of sense of waiting, processing, then this catalyst point of like, boom, we're off. And so where are you off to? It kind of ends on this sort of cliffhanger energy of you're off and racing. And your mind could be racing as well with all these like thoughts, new possibilities, new directions that you want to go in. So where's it taking you to? So where are we going in the near future with this and the future beyond? And we're going to also scratch under the surface and see if there's any energy around with the foggy kind of energy, and this kind of battle energy. I feel like there will be. And with the High Priestess right in the center, we're going to ask if there's any other intuitive messages that you need to hear, as well as the best way to work with the energy to get the positive result that we're seeing here, the result that's going to make you happy. My goodness. Now I can see a balloon. So, wow. A balloon floating. It's like the Wizard of Oz, this balloon floating through the fog. And again, it's this idea of almost like a beacon of hope, that there's something, an idea that ascends and lifts up out of the fog and gives you a sense of being able to move forward in, let your mind be free and to be able to move forward in this way that inspires hope. So, yeah. Wow, that's it, Scorpio. So please like, subscribe and share and leave a comment. Love to read your comments. That also helps YouTube, lets YouTube know that you support the channel and helps with the growth of the channel. And take care, Scorpio.